Hey family, what's good? This is your girl, I am the Bronze Goddess, and it's time for another strawberry letter. Let's go get them. Let's start off. This one's a little bit lengthy, so I'm going to read as much of it as possible, and then unfortunately I'll have to summarize it. I'm 28 and I still live with my mommy. Okay. I've been blessed in the work department and I'm in school part-time to complete my degree. I can say that I'm doing good for myself. I've been in a relationship for 7 years now. It's my first relationship. Also the first and only man I've been intimate with. He's 34 and works very hard. He lives with his brothers and sisters. Yes, they're all grown. Shaking my head already. Before we started our relationship years ago, we had a conversation. I explained to him what I wanted in a man in my relationship. I told him that I wanted to be married and I wanted to have children. Everything was clear. BG, I'm having serious doubts about continuing this relationship with this man. My boyfriend has some nice qualities and that I've always wanted. He loves his family, he's hardworking, and he's there for me whenever I need him. Don't forget that part right there. But anyway, there's what I found out through my own investigation. I have some doubts. BG, that really blew my blood pressure. On the 7 years we've been together, I found out that he had been having an on and off relationship with this woman for 5 years, leading to one... Okay, I'm going to start from right there. I'm sorry, it's a long letter. He's been having an on and off relationship with 2 different women for 5 years. One has a child for him, and the other one, the 3-year-old, is also claiming that he's the father of her child. They actually were cheating on their men with her boyfriend. She said that she got over all of that. She forgave him, and they were trying to start all over, start fresh and new. The writer of this letter gave her boyfriend an ultimatum and asked him to propose to her by December 31st. It is now May, and he has not proposed to her. He was telling her basically, isn't everything going fine? I have to be ready. Isn't everything going good the way that it is right now? She said that, you know, all of that really bothers her. The closer she gets to God, the more she's trying to do this the right way, and she feels like she's having a lot of resistance from him with her trying to legitimize the relationship. She also goes on to tell me a story. It's a long letter. Tells me a story about recently. For example, just yesterday we had to go to his nephew's birthday party, and he came to pick me up, but I was not ready yet. By the time I got ready, it was 45 minutes late. He was really mad. Anywho, it was raining outside and I had on 5-inch heels, so I asked him to wait for me so I didn't slip. Since I had to go down a couple of stairs. BG, girl, the man ignored me totally. Mad as King Kong, he went to the car and even started up before I even got in. See, I understand him being mad because I was late, but at the same time, him not holding me while I'm going down the stairs in the rain while in 5-inch heels was just not right. Is it me? He says he loves me, but for some reason I don't believe him. Why wouldn't he want to marry the woman that he loves? This just doesn't make sense, BG. I'm confused. Lost in the why. Girl, okay. And she also talks about in the letter, that's a long letter. I'm sorry I couldn't read it all. It's just too much. But she also says in the letter that he doesn't know her exact birthday. She says typically he'll give her a gift before her birthday, or he'll give her something a week after her birthday, but after 7 years he doesn't even know exactly when her birthday is. So she's asking me, what should she do? Now, the main thing in this particular letter is I want you to realize that as the writer of the letter, all of these instances, no, it's not that he doesn't necessarily love you and care for you not knowing your exact birthday, you know, not wanting to hold you up while you have on 5-inch heels to make sure that you don't fall and hurt yourself, no. Not going ahead and proposing to you when you gave him the ultimatum December 31st and he hasn't produced a ring. Not even all of that. Not carrying on a relationship with other women, a 5-year relationship with 2 other women, and your 7-year relationship, producing a child and possibly producing another. It's all of it. It's the totality of all of it. Not one particular instance, but all of this. A steady drip of water wears a hole in a rock. This is a lot. This is disrespect after disrespect after disrespect, and I can't even believe you're writing me, and your question to me was, why doesn't he want to marry the woman that he loves? Are you sure that he loves you? Because to me, I don't care how mad my husband was, if I had on some 5-inch heels and I could possibly slip and hurt myself, even if he had a scrunched up face, he would make sure I'd be okay, because that's real love. There was a picture that I see, and if I can find it, I will insert it here. That's real love. Because it doesn't matter how mad you are with someone, you don't want to see them hurt, you don't want them to get hurt, you want to be there for them, you want to protect them. I'm not sure that he loves you. It's his disrespect for you is amazing. But what's even more amazing is how much you allow and how you still want him. I don't understand what makes this man a catch. I mean, who cares about 7 years? That's the thing. Sometimes people get, I'm sorry, I'm getting flustered. I'm so heated. People get so caught up in the time. Who cares if you've been married to somebody for 20 years and he's cheated 19 of those years? Who cares about the 20 years then? You've been with him for 7 years. That's like your claim to fame. We've been together for 7 years. Who cares if out of that 7 years, at least that you know about, he's had other women. 2 other women that you know about. 2 of them claiming that they have children by your man. You didn't say anything about a DNA test for the 3-year-old, so he could possibly have had 2 kids during your 7-year relationship, and all you can focus on is, we've been together 7 years. Who cares? He hasn't been faithful those 7 years. 5 of those years he's carried on other relationships. I think that he doesn't want to move in with you because if he moves in with you, it'll be easier for you to catch him. I'm not sure why he's with you at all this time. I feel like he's going to do as much dirt as he possibly can. This man is not the marrying type. And I'm actually, I'm considering writing a book about it, talking about different types of men and definitely talking about the marrying type. Pray for you, girl, all right? But I definitely think that he's not the marrying type. It's just so convenient for him to live with his brothers and sisters, nobody checking him. He can call, he can come and go as he please, he can get different phone calls, he can text people. He can present himself to be as single as he wants to women. And that's why he doesn't want to move in with you, because then he would have your watchful eye. You live with your mom, he lives with them, he likes it separate. That's why you didn't find out about those other women, because this lifestyle helps him to cheat on you easier. I'm gonna put it that blunt for you, because even though you're 28 years old, you're missing it. I'm gonna put it that blunt to you. He wants to keep living with his brothers and sisters, that way he can have as many women as he wants to. You are one of many. Even right now, with him being with you, who knows if there's other women? I definitely believe that there are other women. He doesn't mind cheating on you. He doesn't mind being the one that other women cheat with. You said the other 2 women were cheating on their men with him. He doesn't mind cheating. Cheating doesn't bother him. And he doesn't think cheating bothers you, because even after being exposed by all that, you stayed. He didn't even offer you a ring. You asked him to propose to you even after all of that, and he still declined. So what are you asking me? Like, what are you asking me? Should you beg him? You already asked him, which to me is tacky. You've been with him for 7 years and he don't know if you're wife material yet? You forgave him after cheating on you and producing children with other women, and he still don't want to marry you? What are you asking me? Should you beg him? You already asked him. And he said no. I think the answer to this question is clear. I think you should be moving on. Because what's going to happen is, you say you want a family and you want to have children. You're already 28. You've already given him a large chunk of your 20s. You're wasting your 20s on him. You're wasting your childbearing years on him. I think that if he ever does decide that he wants to marry you, it will be when he's good and ready, and after he's done everything that he ever wanted to do, slept with as many women as he wanted to sleep with, live the raggy life that he's already living. I think he's still playing the field, and you're the only one being committed. Why are you giving him so much of your commitment? He's casually dating you, and you act like you guys are on the road to marriage. This is like one of those pictures where you have this, the person's on a horse and they have a long stick, and at the end of the stick there's a carrot. And the horse keeps running because the horse thinks there's a chance I could get this carrot. You stay in this relationship because you think there's a chance. He's dangling marriage in front of you like a carrot. And you keep hanging in there because you keep thinking that it's possible. But he'll never give you that carrot. Not in my opinion. I mean, I can't really say for sure with any degree of certainty whether he will marry you or not, but who wants to marry someone that you have to give an ultimatum to? Like, how long do you think it will take for that to get old? Who wants to marry someone that you had to threaten? That you had to say, marry me or I'm gone. And then he finally is like, all right, I'll marry you. Who wants a ring like that? Look at the presentation. I talked about it before. It was an old episode of The Cosby Show where they were talking about this big, juicy, tender steak, and it was served up as a porterhouse steak, served up with this loaded mashed potatoes, or loaded baked potato, and it was elegant and it was delicious, but it was served up on a garbage can lid. It's all about the presentation, how it was presented to you. Who wants somebody presenting marriage to you, finally giving you the ring that you've always wanted and giving it to you on a garbage can lid? This man does not care for you. That's why he didn't care if you slipped and fell with them 5-inch heels on. He doesn't care for your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being. And so you try to tell him, I'm trying to do the right thing by God. He's not even concerned about that. He cares for you on no level. You said you've tried to stop having sex with him and he's okay with that. He's okay with that because he's getting sex from elsewhere. I don't know why he's with you. You're saying, why doesn't he, if he doesn't want to be with me, then why is he with me? Who knows? Just because a man is with you doesn't mean he loves you. Doesn't mean that he's going to marry you. There's always motives, there's reasons. Who knows? You may make sense. You may look good on paper. You may be the sensible choice. He may want you to have you on the back burner while he finished doing his dirt, and he'll come back to you. And when he's done sleeping with all the women that he ever wanted to sleep with, doing all of the things that he ever wanted to do, then he'll come to you. Who wants him after all of that? He hasn't chosen you. That's what I want you to get. When a man has chosen his bride, he's done with the lifestyle. He's ready to be exclusive with you. He has not chosen you. I want you to get that. You chose him. You're off the market. You're ready for a life with him. But he hasn't chosen you. He's still looking. There's no way that I would continue to waste my valuable years on someone who I feel is still looking. Because if you're not sure about me, I shouldn't be sure about you. Then I'm not sure about you. If you're not sure about me, then I'm not sure about you. Because I need a man who knows for sure that I'm who he wants to be with. You're done. Why are you still looking? If he found what he was looking for, he wouldn't still be looking. So what I'm suggesting that you do definitely is pray about it. Ask God to take the love away. Because I don't think that he's going to reciprocate that love. What you feel for him, you love him unconditionally. And that kind of love for someone that's not your husband or not your child, somebody that doesn't even deserve it, hasn't even earned it, hasn't reciprocated it, is dangerous. I feel like there's almost nothing he could do to keep you from loving him. And although that may be sweet to some, and that might be romantic to some, it's not realistic. It doesn't make any sense when somebody doesn't feel the same way about you. It's wasted on someone that doesn't feel the same way about you. That unconditional love is wasted on someone that doesn't feel the same way about you. You're willing to forgive all of that for a man who wouldn't even care if you slipped and fell on your face. I couldn't. After all the things you've forgiven him for, he couldn't even be there for you. He couldn't be by your side. I feel like that's symbolic. He doesn't want to be by your side. He's him and you're you. I want to use it, even though it's really symbolic right there. You're walking after him again. You're chasing him again. He got in the car without you and he started it up. That's how he treats his life. He doesn't need you. He can move on without you. But you can't seem to move on without him. You're still running behind him, literally and figuratively. You're still running behind him. Let me tell you, a long time ago, I think I might have been like 16, and I was going on a date with this guy. We were going to the fair, and we were walking and everything, and I kept noticing that he kept walking almost like a pace or two in front of me. And that really bothered me. I'm like, we're here together, we're dating, but I feel like he kept trying to walk in front of me. Like he wanted me to be behind him. And I didn't give him a second date. Because I felt like I could see what was going on here. Like that's how he would eventually treat me. Some people might think that's being too deep. I don't care. But something about that really didn't sit well with me. That you couldn't be side by side with me. That you had to treat me like he wanted me to walk a pace or two behind you. Like, who do you think I am? No. I don't walk a pace or two behind anybody. If anything, I walk in front and you cover me on the back. Or we walk side by side. The only time you walk in front of me is if you get ready to get that door, partner. If you're getting ready to rush ahead of me to get that door open. But other than that, like, who you think you with? I felt like he was trying to send a message to me. So I sent back an equally as important message. And I don't do that. That's not me. You tried that crap with some other chick, but not me. You have to know what you're worth. Because if you don't know what you're worth, somebody will tell you what you're worth. He told you that's what you're worth. You're worth, you'll be there. I feel like he thinks that there's nothing he could do that could get rid of you. He had a baby on you. He had 2 relationships on you. I think the reason why he's not having sex with you is because he's having sex with someone else. Don't be surprised if he pops up with another baby. What happened to the DNA test with this 3-year-old? So you went with this man for 7 years and you're getting ready to be a stepmother to 2 kids while he was in the relationship with you, and you don't think that sounds strange? You're willing to forgive all of that for a man that doesn't care if you fall on your face? Girl, I'm trying to be nice. He's making a fool of you. He's making a fool of you. I want you to get that. It's not too late for you. If it were me, I would pray that God would take this strong love away from him, because he does not deserve it. He does not deserve you. He doesn't deserve your time. You've given him 7 years, and you're no closer to a ring. He called your bluff. You said December 31st, and here we are in May, and you still ain't ready? He called your bluff. That's why I don't like ultimatums. Because if you're not woman enough to stand up and stand firm in your truth and make sure that you stand up to that ultimatum and that you mean what you say and you say what you mean, it's going to play you for a fool. You said December 31st. On January 2nd, I would have been out of there to show you that I was real. And that you better not come back. Don't even call me without a ring in your hand. That's what I would have said. That's how a true ultimatum is. But you're still talking to, after all of this, you gave him an ultimatum and he called your bluff. And you still right there. Your childbearing years are going to be over. All of this. But he got 2 other kids on you though. See, he's having his kids. You're waiting. But he's having his children. The childbearing years aren't passing him by. Your window is closing. You put all of your faith, all of your hopes, you invested so much in this stranger. You put your future in the hands of an unworthy man. That's what I wouldn't do. If you're worthy, if you have shown me an equal amount of commitment, okay. You're so busy trying to give him a baby and trying to get him to marry you. Why do you even want to marry him? Because you've been with him for 7 years? But look what kind of 7 years it's been. I hope you get it. I really do. I hope you get it. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing strawberry letters all week. I typically pre-record videos, and this one is today. Today is what? May 6th. I don't typically record on the day that I upload, so I'm not sure. I don't have letters for this week. Hopefully I will. We'll see. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this letter nonetheless, I should say. Love you guys. Deuces.